And we are live. Okay, good morning. Just send me a message, let me know you're here. I can see you there on the live stream. Welcome. So today we are going to be going back to Cape Town, South Africa, and I've got a little map here to a place called Boulders Beach. Now Boulders Beach, if you're anywhere in Cape Town, it's just about it's on the peninsula part of Cape Town in a little suburb called Simonstown, and this is one of two places in the Western Cape. That's where Cape Town is, the state where Cape Town is, where you can see penguins. But the amazing thing, oh, hey Lethargy, about Boulders Beach, hey Trisha, is that so what we're going to see today is the viewing platform where you can go see the penguins. Hey Neil, yeah, I'm great. Is you can go swim with them. So there's two parts to Boulders. The one is the viewing platform where I'm going to take you today, and then the other part is the beach part. And as a child, I used to go to Boulders to swim, and then you would be in the water swimming, and penguins would just come rush past you, go into the water. They're so fast that I like little fish. But today we're gonna go and see all the penguins. There's gonna be lots of baby penguins. You're gonna get some really good views, and we're gonna have a look at them. And I'll tell you more about the colony of African penguins here. So let's begin. Let's go to Cape Town. Oh, hey Joy, hi Jennifer, and hi Jay. So when I originally did a tour here at Boulders, the signal was really not great, and so what I did after that tour is I recorded video, and so that's what I'll be showing you today. It's really good quality, and we're gonna get a really amazing view. You're gonna be able to hear the penguins. And I'm using a mic today. I haven't been using my mic, so I hope the sound is going to be great. But let's watch the first. I've got two videos. The first one, you're going to be able to hear the penguins. Now the penguins are it's the African penguin, but we call them the jackass penguin, and you're going to hear why now. They make the sound almost of like a donkey, and so people thought they called them a jackass because of that sound of the donkey. So let's we're gonna be able to hear one now. So we're gonna he's walking, and we're gonna be able to hear him loud and clear. So just a bit about Boulders Beach. It's a sheltered beach made up of inlets between granite boulders, so hence the name. He's gonna make a noise soon. And it's been like the place to come and see penguins. Because in 19... I'm waiting for him to make a noise again. Yeah, because in 1982, The penguins, they weren't originally here at Boulders Beach, but in 1982 they came to two spots. So the one spot here is in Boulders Beach in Cape Town, and then the other spot is in a little town about an hour away called Betty's Bay. And so those are the two places in the Western Cape that you're able to see penguins. We're not quite sure why they moved here. Maybe it was because of food supply. And yeah, so this is on the beginning of the boardwalk. Now I'm gonna take you to the end of the boardwalk. We're gonna have a look. There's gonna be, now I went in April, so this is a season with a lot of baby penguins, and so you're gonna see some of them are still being born, so the parents are looking after the eggs. Some of them are juvenile penguins, so they don't look fully like the other penguins. They're gonna have like feathers coming off them. They're gonna look a bit messy. But here they are. So this is the end of the boardwalk. So when you come to Boulders, you can go to the beach side, or you can come here to the platform side where you're going to see a ton of penguins. There's also, you can walk between the two and you'll see penguins as well. And at the end, just remind me, I'm going to tell you about a documentary to check on Netflix. So let's enjoy. So the African penguin, also known as the South African penguin or the jackass penguin, is a species of penguin that's confined to the southern African waters. It is flightless and has a streamless body and wings that are stiffened and flattened into flippers. And it's just amazing when they're in the water. Like on land they look kind of helpless, but when they're in the water they're like fish. They are so quick and so fast and so agile. Adult penguins can weigh on average between 2.2 to 3.5 kilograms, or 4.9 to 7.5 pounds, and they usually grow to about 60 to 70 centimeters tall, or 24 to 28 inches. And what makes the African penguin distinctive is the pink patches. So we'll have a little, we'll get a bit of a closer look, but you'll see around their eye they've got a bit of a pink patch, and that's very distinctive for the African penguin. The body's upper parts are black and sharply contrast the white underparts. Now these penguins are listed as endangered, and this is like, you're coming to Cape Town, this is the place you want to come to, because to be able to see them up close like this is really, in their natural habitat, is a really like once in a lifetime experience. And then also to be able to go swim and then have one just swim past you so fast, it's just something that is really hard to forget. Now the penguins, they're really, really agile in the water, and they feed on fish and squid. Now they were once really extremely numerous, but they have declined rapidly, and that's been due to a combination of threats, and a lot of oil spills that we've had in the past. And Lafarge says they are so regal, their noses. And then you can see there's a one lying down. There's it's lying on the baby, and all they will be looking after eggs. You're going to see a lot of babies, some eggs there as well. And you can see the babies are a different color. They're a brownish color. Now because they're not fully developed, they can't go into the water yet. So they depend on their parents. Joy says have the penguins ever gotten up onto the boardwalk? They can't. There's like it's not possible to go on the boardwalk for them. It's like closed off. But what they do is they go under the boardwalk, and they love having little nests under the boardwalk, so they can walk underneath the boardwalk, but they won't go on it. But what you do see the penguins doing is they walk around. So Simonstown, where Boulders is located, is a suburb, and if you lived in Simonstown, or maybe they're on holiday, you sometimes see them walking across the road. They leave the beach, and so the baby penguins, they've got that those feathers, which unfortunately is not waterproof. Oh, those two are fighting, and so they really rely on their parents to bring them food, which is primarily going to be fish and squid. Now, African penguins are only found on the southwestern coast of Africa and live in colonies on 24 islands between Namibia and Ogoa Bay near Port Elizabeth. So they mostly live on islands, so it's kind of rare to be able to see them where they're accessible, and that's what makes Boulders and Betty's Bay such a unique spot to see them. Now, there were roughly 4 million penguins at the beginning of the 19th century, and then at the beginning of 1910 the population dropped to 1.5 million, and only some 10% of that 1.5 million remained at the end of the 20th century. So the population has declined about 95%. So yeah, let's talk about the males and females and the different pairs. So African penguins are monogamous, and they breed in colonies, and pairs return to the same site each year. And they have an extended breeding season, with nesting usually peaking from March to May in South Africa. So we were here in April, so this was the perfect time to do things. Now, a clutch of eggs, 2 eggs are laid either in burrows or in a nest in the sand or under boulders or bushes, and the incubation takes around 40 days, and at least one parent guards the chicks for about a month, whereafter the chicks join like a creche with other chicks, and both parents have spent most of the day foraging and seed. The chicks fledge at 60 to 130 days when they can go to sea on their own. Now, while they're molting, while they don't look like an adult penguin, they can't go in the water. And once they've finished molting, so molting is when they're almost an adult, and you'll see part of them have part of them looks like an adult, and part of them still has their baby fur. And that process takes about 3 weeks to lose all their baby feathers. Now, someone is asking about the difference between the male and the female. I'm actually... They do look... I'm not... I think it's very hard to tell them apart, because both the male and the female look after the eggs. So African penguins spend most of their lives at sea until it comes time for them to lay eggs, and females remain fertile for about 10 years. Now, due to them being food for other animals, African penguins seek protection on offshore islands and here on Boulders Beach. Now penguins usually breed during the winter when temperatures are cooler, and they sometimes abandon their eggs if they become overheated in the hot sun. And the eggs are about 4 times bigger than your average chicken eggs. And the lifespan of an African penguin can be anything from 10 years to 25 years, although they have been known to live to 30 in captivity. Now the primary predators for penguins are in the water. So big ones are sharks, and then if you saw some of the tours I did in Cape Town, the Cape fur seal. Fur seals love eating penguins, so sharks, seals, and then on the land, cats and dogs, mongooses, caracals, gulls, and gannets, all animals that all want to feed on their eggs. Now, penguins are susceptible to pollution, the habitat from oil spills, and we in Cape Town we've had a number of really bad oil spills. One that really sticks out in my mind was the one in 2000, where on the 23rd of June an iron ore tanker sank between Robben Island and Dustin Island. So there are some penguins on Robben Island as well, and it released about between 400 and 1,000 tons of oil, causing an unprecedented coastal bird crisis and oiling 19,000 adult penguins at the height of the breeding season. And so this was an amazing time in Cape Town. The oil boat, like everybody in Cape Town wanted to get involved and help the penguins. And so there's an organization called Sankob, and they opened a warehouse. Somebody had an abandoned train repair warehouse in Cape Town. They brought all these oiled penguins, and you could come and volunteer to clean the penguins. You have to be very careful because they've got very sharp beaks, and a lot of people got bitten. And so what they did is they cleaned the penguins, removed the oil, and then what had to happen is they didn't want them to get re-oiled again. So they took all these penguins, they took them about 800 kilometers away from Cape Town, dropped them off, and then some of them they attached like a GPS to. The scientists attached GPS to, and it took them about 3 weeks, but they swam all the way back to Boulders and to Betty's Bay and to Robben Island. And that gave enough time for the oil to dissipate, and that was an amazing time. And tens of thousands of volunteers helped to rescue and rehabilitate them. And it took about 3 months altogether to complete. That was the largest animal rescue event in history, and more than 91% of the penguins were successfully rehabilitated and released. An amazing feat that could not have been accomplished without such a tremendous response. So Tina's asked, did you volunteer for that? So that was when I think I was in junior school, and you had to be, I think, 16 or older to do it. But the reason was because of the penguins, even though you were helping them and cleaning their fur, cleaning their feathers and getting that oil off, they don't like being handled, and so they bit a lot of people. And so you had to use special gloves, and so they didn't want children cleaning them. So yeah, I think you have to be about 16 or older. But I remember hearing like so many people went to volunteer to help. And it was an amazing time where the whole of Cape Town came together to help them. So the African penguin is one of two species, one of two that is highly endangered, and as of 2008 or 2018, the population is only 50,000 birds and declining. Now, in the one thing I want to mention is there's an amazing organization called SANCOB, and SANCOB was established in 1968 and is currently the only organization mandated by the South African government to respond to crises involving seabirds along South African coastline. And they've been internationally recognized for their role that they played during that major oil spill that I told you about earlier. So what I want to leave you with is something to check on Netflix. So on Netflix, there's an amazing series called Penguin Town. So you've seen a little taste of what we can see in Simonstown at Boulders Beach, but I really recommend go onto Netflix. I'll put the link on my Facebook group. Watch Penguin Town, and you're gonna hear more information about what's happening to the penguins now, and you're going to see more of them wandering around Simonstown. So if you want to see more of that, check Penguin Town on Netflix. I'll put the link in on the Facebook group. And Neil asked, did you meet up with Justin? So Justin was a Hago guide in Cape Town. I did message him, but the time that I was in Cape Town, I think he was in Joburg, so I didn't get the chance to meet him when I was there. Joy asked, when did you take this video, Matt? I took it right after the tour that I did there at the Penguins. Because our signal wasn't great, so I wanted to have some good quality video. So, thank you for joining me. I'm going next week, I've got some never before seen footage. This is from Nepal. Now, I wasn't allowed to go live where Buddha was born, but I did record video there. So I'm going to take you right to the spot, to the area where he was born. And I always find these people in history, religious figures or historical figures, it's really interesting to like go to where like special moments happened in their life. Like it gives context to like, it helps you understand them as people. So I'm really excited to take you right there, and when you see where Buddha was born, kind of get a little bit of an understanding of him. So I'm really excited to show you that. And yeah, really excited. And I've got a few more recorded tours. It's still really hot here in Hong Kong, so I'm going to be doing a couple more recorded tours into October, and then November we're going live again. I've seen that going to mainland China is really popular, so we're going to go a lot into mainland China. I'm really excited. So thank you so much for joining me, Jay, Tina, Neil, Joy, everyone. I'm so happy to have you, and I will see you next week with special never before seen footage at Buddha's birthplace. So see you next time in Nepal. Bye for now. Keep on adventuring and keep on exploring.